Welcome to a story about a man by the name of Rhaegon Foxmantle. Rhaegon finds himself in a new world in a strange body, and all he knows is he got here through some portal magic from the Feywilds. Welcome to Wyrrenfall.
Ah, nice. Mr. You said Mr. Zane?
Yeah, Mr. Zane at your service.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Zane. Yeah, so you're gonna be doing like repairs and stuff?
Yeah, a little bit about me, Mr. Rhaegon is me and my employees. I don't know who you've met so far. But my employees Daryl and Mr. Jared. We provide cars. You know, we have cars for purchase and repair and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. No, I haven't met your employees yet, but I'm excited to meet them in the future. I haven't met many people.
Yeah, I was about to say, who did you meet so far?
Well, I was there for the election, and so I met some interesting characters. I met the Queen, a lady named Serene. I met Orion. I think there was a guy named Tom, a guy named Chai. There was another guy, but I can't quite remember his name right now, but all I know is he's apparently a goblin and wears a hazmat. And if you make him mad, he just shoots you first.
Mr. Snack.
Yeah, Mr. Snack. Yeah, my first introduction to Mr. Snack was him shooting someone for taking a picture of him.
You know, Mr. Snack told me about that. You know, it's you know, I wanna ask you, what did you think so far of the people? You know, I know that's a very like loaded question, but
I don't think too much. Like from where I've come from, there's weirder things. So far it's been pretty normal.
well, do you have time? We can sit and talk. There's a nice bench. You know.
Yeah, I've got plenty of time.
So we can
I just
can have a seat over here. This little bench right over here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been just been exploring the land. Got some nice acquired some nice loot and whatnot just now.
Good. Yeah, the dome is one of well, not even one, but the dome is the home to the one god that I know of that I guess followed us here.
Oh yeah, the inspector guy.
Yeah, I don't know why he goes as an inspector. His real name is Ronier, the god of resilience.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's the only god that I know of at this time that anyway. So where did where do you come from? I would love to know, Regan.
I come from this place. It's called Sembia. It's it's an
Sembia.
interesting country run by merchants.
Oh,
Well, so like it's weird. It's technically Sembia is a country, but all of the cities within the country are these things called city states, in which they all have their own governments, run by all of them run by the head merchant family of that area. And then there's like a council for the whole country that is made up of all of the heads of the families from all of the cities.
very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So this will be my first time. I'm intrigued with this, the way y'all do the government here, with the queen and whatnot.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Mr. Regan. I don't mean to you know, I in no way intend to push any agenda on you. But I will say that You might want to be careful with these newly found government officials.
Mm-hmm. I hear what
You
you're
see,
saying.
in
Yeah.
the island before, yeah, in the island where we came from, many of them played a role as law enforcement, and I'll tell you, they are some conniving, sliveling, irresponsible officials.
Interesting. Well, we'll see. I was
Like,
actually
yeah, don't get me wrong, Mr. Regan. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I was actually interested in seeing how it runs and whatnot. So I applied to be one of the knights of the land. So supposed to be
Good on you.
interviewed at some point. Not too sure about that yet. Haven't heard back from them.
Yeah, good on you. I mean, they could use different hands, you know.
Mm-hmm. That, so is the weird magic stuff no one understands? Is that normal around here?
To be completely honest, I have no clue. Um, I don't know how much you heard. You probably heard a lot being at the election as it is. Um, Queen Victoria and Mr. Tana, this is their homeland. So I cannot tell you really the magic that lies, but if you if you if you close your eyes and you just kind of feel it, you know, I don't know how much places you explored, but there is a lot of different magic that is very interesting.
Mm. Yeah, I kind of experienced it a little bit at the beginning when it seemed I guess a lot of people were waking up for the first time on this island because we went on like this adventure through the mountains up to a castle and everyone opened up the same box and opening that box up teleported us here to the police station.
Yeah, it's up weekly at smoothjazznetwork.com.
Oh,
Stick
interesting.
around. We've got song number 11 from Darren Ron and our top 10 songs.
Very
on the way.
interesting.
Yeah. I'm intrigued. We'll see. I've never been too much to delve too deep in the magic myself. I have a few friends who do, but never really appealed much to me.
I completely understand, you know, diving too much in madness leads to insanity mostly.
That is true. That is true. What's the story with
I will tell you. Yeah, go ahead.
what's the story with the Orion character?
Oh.
He seems to have a lot going on.
Where do I begin? Well, first of all, I'd like to premise that me and Mr. Orion don't really have the best relationship to start, so you can kind of, you know, whatever I tell you, you can take it with a grain of salt. But
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Ryan has gone through a lot. He experiences episodes of insanity. He's been experimented on many times by one of our past male assistants, Mr. Levi. He's been experimented on many times, and you know, you ever had scrambled eggs? It's kind of his brain right now.
Oof.
But right before we moved to this place, his fiance girlfriend gave her life. So
Yeah, that'll
he is
mess a man
definitely,
up.
definitely in a phase of yeah, he's in a phase of grieving. Um, Grieving how? I cannot really tell you how he's grieving, but I will tell you that he is a wild card. And if you pick that up already, then yeah, he's a wild card.
Yeah. It sounded he ran for the mayoral position, the leader position, and at first I thought I may have voted for him because he sounded very excited about it, and gotta give a guy persistence. Apparently he's done this multiple times on running for it. So, and even though he's never won, but then a lot of his answers were very, very sad and morbid, and it's not
Oh,
a good place for a leader to be.
oh, oh, wow. Yeah, I think this is his third or fourth time running, I think.
Oh man, that's some persistence. I will give him that.
And the only reason why I know is because he ran against me the first time.
So how long have you been traveling with these people then?
This would be my third shift, kinda. You know, Mr. Regan, I'm gonna premise.
Kicking back and relaxing with me
I'm
here
gonna
in the
premise
Sunshine
this
State.
because I don't know what anybody else has said, because a lot of people do not like me at this moment.
Hmm.
Granted, since you are new to these lands, you are fair to be the judge of my own character.
Right,
But
right.
I will say, within the next coming days, I will be serving a sentence in the prison down there.
Oh, what'd you do?
Well, this is very trivial, and you know, I'm a very lawful man. I am not a man of violence. I carry a gun on my back because you know the lands are ridden with rabid animals and scientists. But
Right.
I recognize that right before the island changed, or not island changed, right before we moved, I did throw grenades into a crowd of people. Angrily so, because everyone put up a front against me. You know, I as a businessman, everybody came to me for business. I handled the business, yet they were all secretly plotting to erase me forever. Imagine that, Mr. Regan.
Yeah.
You know, if you knew somebody had the ability to erase you completely, no essence, no being, no body, yet everybody continued to lie to you and still plotted to erase you, it would make you a little upset, would it not?
It would, it would. If you want to erase me, at least come up front and tell me.
Exactly. And so, as a man of non-violence and none of that nature, moving to this land, I told Mr. Tanner, look, I want to serve my sentence because obviously everybody's upsetting me, which is completely, it blows my mind completely, because everybody is violent nature, but apparently when Zane starts to do something violent, everybody just hates him to the fullest degree. Imagine that.
Interesting. So I'm
Seem
guessing.
like a smart man, Mr. Regan.
Oh. I've been educated. You remember how I was saying earlier about the head of merchant families that run the cities where I'm from?
Don't tell me that was you.
I'm the youngest son of one of those families. So while I was never put into the position, I was never gonna be in the position of a leader, per se. I've kind of been around. I actually my favorite story to tell. I just for fun, I decided, why not? I'll join the militia back home. What could go wrong? Well, the militia isn't really run by anybody that's in charge. So they thought it'd be fun. Oh, look, this rich boy's family. You know, he wants to be militia. Let's toss him in the worst of the worst. It's a company of soldiers known as the Foxtrot Company. And so they threw me in there thinking they'd break me.
Darren Ron, the two
But nah, I rose through the ranks, became a captain.
I'm Alan Kepler. On this
Once again, things were weird over there. There's technically 4 captains per company, but alongside my other captains, we rose Foxtrot Company from being the most troublesome group to being the best of the best. So I've been around. I've had my fair share of experience in the world.
Oh, that's good. See, I knew I was sitting on a bench with a man with intent. Drive.
You yourself, you do seem
Boy,
like a smart guy. I mean, really only a smart person can run a business. I know many who have tried and failed miserably.
well, I appreciate that. The notion goes a long way. And like I said, you know, I don't let it surprise you if it shows that I will be in prison incarcerated, you know, for X amount of time.
Right,
Um,
right.
I am currently trying to just reconnect with the community, you know.
In a sense, appease the elders.
Well, it's not even, you know, let me it's not even mainly that, Mr. Regan, you know, there's a lot of individuals here that like to speak with the barrels of their guns first. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, you solve your problems your own way, but you know, I am a man where we can talk it out. It's unfortunate if you have to shoot me first to get some words out.
Yeah.
But I do not, you know, I do not wish to bring any violence to anybody.
Nah, I feel like with how small of a community it seems we have here, it's best not to go around shooting people. Seems like the fastest way to make enemies with everyone.
Yeah, it's like it's funny how many of them believe that violence will solve their problems. I'll tell you that. It is such a primitive mindset to think that just because you put a bullet through somebody's brain or you blow their house up and blow up everything they have, that it's gonna make you happy in life.
Yep. Nope. Definitely won't. It'll bring you a semblance of satisfaction at the beginning, but overall, as time passes, it becomes an insignificant blip in your memory.
So, Mr. Regan, where are you stationed at? Are you stationed at anywhere in particular or what?
For the moment, I'm posted up somewhere over on the other side of town. Actually, I can. Yeah, I think I can see my house from here. Actually,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you're squinting kind of odd there.
Think so. Not sure. It's still in the process of being built. I've been told by some of my kind neighbors that people around here don't like square buildings. Which seems rather odd to me, but
10, a vocal track that just about made the top 20 this time around. It's new and it's a smooth jazz top 20 extra.
Yeah, the gods don't
This is only
they don't enjoy boxes, you know.
okay.
I would say if you're constructing anything, you know, triangle flooring is probably the best.
Okay. Good to know.
Hey, you know what, Mr. Regan, you're probably the first person that I had a decent conversation with.
Yeah.
How about I take that call over there and fix you up something good?
Sure. If you want that. I ain't got much to pay you for right now, though.
Listen, Mr. Regan. There are much more important things than money. I can name a list for you. The first one is trust, which I'm not saying that we have trust in each other, but uh, uh, this is this is kind of the first day where no one has threatened to kill me, and this is why I appreciate the conversation. You know,
Okay.
that is irreplaceable. You know, that is priceless.
I hear ya.
It was soon after that Raygon got called to the police station to conduct his interview for being a knight.
Ah, is that you, Reagan?
Yes it is. I believe you are Paladin Tana.
Ah, fantastic. I am indeed. Give me just a moment, and we'll head up to my office.
Okay.
Sorry, it's been such a long day.
It's all good. It's
It's been
good.
crazy.
It's understandable.
So, what makes you want to be a knight?
So from where I come from, I was a captain of the militia for our country, or one of the many captains. But it just seemed to I feel like protecting people. I like protecting people and helping to keep the peace of this land of where we are.
So, what have you found out about Wyrrenfall so far?
Uh, so far I've found not much, honestly. Uh, I know that there's interesting area outside the window of where I'm posted at. And really the only people I've actually had much of a conversation with would be Tom and Mr. Zane.
What are your opinions on Mr. Zane?
He told me about his situation and everything going on there. As far as I can tell from his perspective, as it is a biased perspective, it's not. Doesn't seem like he's too terrible of a guy. Seems to be trying to keep to himself. But overall, just regular kind of, I guess, hermit wouldn't be the right word because he doesn't move around, but sort of something like a hermit, keeps to himself and whatnot.
Remind me after this interview, and I'll fill in some of the blanks that Mr. Zane doesn't very much like to include in his rendition of accounts of what happened on the last island.
Okay.
There are certain things that he talks of the violence of what happened during the purge. He doesn't talk about what happened before, and that's sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. It's a very
okay.
sensitive subject for me.
I understand.
Only because. So you don't know much about me, do you, Reagan?
I do not. I do not. Other than
So one
you
of the
and
things
the
about me. You're good. You're good. So one of the things about me is the Queen and I were both born in this world in Wyrrenfall. This is where we're from. At the time when we met, I was trying to steal something from the castle over there, and she was princess there, and she caught me. I was a pretty good thief, and she caught me, and at that point, she had the choice of yelling for the guards, or I couldn't think of anything else that would rack my brain that would have her go any other way, but she chose to help me instead. And in return, I took her with me. That was 3 years ago, and we have been together and nigh inseparable since. Even now, she is my queen, and I am her paladin. And I will always protect her first and foremost. But my duty being to her means that she has placed this on my shoulders, which means that this is my duty now. So, what do you think of Queen Victoria, if anything, so far?
very nice person. I'd say she was the first person to introduce themselves to me on this island, so which I find very fitting and interesting.
It does sound like her.
She definitely has a good head on her shoulders. Smart and genuinely interested in
She...
people, it seems.
Indeed. Indeed. She cares very much about everyone. But, alright, so I have a hypothetical scenario for you. Say someone had something that you wanted, like an M249 or an L96 or some rare weapon or gun or something along those lines. They have something that you need, right? And in place of asking for scrap, they ask for either information or say you're a part of the Knights, and they ask for a pair of handcuffs. What do you do in that situation?
Walk away from the conversation. As far as I can tell, for protection of the people of a country or a country in itself, no prize is worth shattering that.
Understood. Understood. Do you have any plans to take any vacations or time off in the next, let's just throw a figure out there, 35 days?
No. Nah, nothing on my ticket to a vacation or anything like that, no.
Wonderful. Um, so here's one for you. If you should find yourself in a situation where you were faced alone with someone having, let's just say, murdered someone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I'm not around. Maybe I'm not available, or maybe I'm asleep. What do you do to take matters into your own hands?
Assuming that the suspect is in the area, I would say probably arrest them. Um, do we have some sort of holding center type thing?
Of course, of course. In fact, give me just one moment, and I'll be right back, and I'll give you a tour of the place real quick.
Yeah, okay.
If you please come with me.
No.
So this is an initial detainment cell, basically drunk tank, waiting for inquisition, etc., etc. But switch over here on the wall actually opens up this door, and this is also where they can make their phone calls for if they need help for anything.
Okay, okay.
We can actually take pictures of each one of our suspects, make sure that we do, of course. And then back in here, is the actual jail cells that we have. These are for long-term use.
Okay. I'm assuming one of these beds will be filled by Mr. Zane in a short while.
As soon as the Queen and I can agree on a figure, she, of course, wants to be mildly compassionate. I do not. I think that murder, amongst the other things that he committed, should be not tolerated in any sense of the fashion, regardless of whether it was on this island or not. It was definitively towards the people. Not only that, but the Queen herself. So,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that should be dealt with. I think that should be dealt with on a very harsh level, if that's
An easy way of putting it.
understandable.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, go ahead and head down there to the left.
Oh, it's a break room.
Once I finish up in here, this is going to be a locker room. I'm going to toss some lockers down and make sure that you guys have a place to kind of relax and hang out and stuff like that. I've also had them put
okay.
in a poker table just in case you guys actually want to like chill out and relax. But yeah, you should have just about everything down here once it's up and running.
Oh, okay.
All right. So my next question is a pretty easy one. What are your skills in terms of like mobility? So do you fly? Do you drive, etc.?
I drive. My experience with flying is very much an inferno.
That's
I
fair
am
enough.
willing to learn, though.
Oh, willingness to learn is important. What kind of weapons do you use?
Very, very good at with the spear, the swords, the bow, like that. As far as firearms go, I've used a shotgun many a time. I tend to prefer the more long-ranged weaponry. But I've handled quite
That's
a few
understandable.
guns in my time.
So you're familiar with the M39 and the 16-aught scope?
Yes.
Interesting. You mind patrolling with me real quick and checking out that?
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. Oh. That was a jump up. Who's...
Zane, did you just kill the bears and antes?
Yeah, they tried to kill me.
They're usually so docile. What has happened to those creatures?
They literally, oh, there was two of them. You know, the mama bear and the papa bear literally almost ate my face off.
Alright, be careful, Zane.
Yeah, I'm just visiting
I got you. Alright, so as you can say, we deal with all kinds of things, but we have to make sure that people aren't just running around shooting,
Yes.
especially people and stuff like that. But Victoria does have a special place in her heart for those bears, so I'm surprised that they were attacking anyone. Although, if those bears are going to attack anyone, I'd prefer it was Zane. Alright, so interview's just about done. Are there any questions that you have for me?
No, nah, not any I can think of.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. Well, I've got to talk to Victoria about these interviews, and then I've got to make a decision. Hopefully shortly you'll see a message in the deep cloud, at which point you'll be tagged and told exactly what's going on, and
Okay.
if you were selected to become one of the knights. we've had about 5 interviews, which is
Nice.
interesting. But I can only choose up to 3. So if you don't get it, I apologize, but I hope
it's all
that you
good.
do.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Paladin Tana, and it was nice meeting you.
I've got a question for you.
So,
Is the bow all you have right now?
I have a bow and I have a machete. I'm still in the process of building up my base. I've only thank you. Oh no, don't do more.
I'm all right at the moment. I've got these,
Yeah,
this. So
Oh, yeah.
we're I'm, I'm all right at
Stacked.
the moment. Um, well, one of the reasons I wasn't around earlier is because there's something that they call degenning these days,
Hmm.
and I had been degenning with Victoria all night.
Okay. Yes. I have noticed a lot of people have been farming quite well. Lots of interesting buildings that were not here on the first day when I first set up, and they're suddenly now just towers.
Of course. Yeah. Well, if you don't get one of the night positions, don't be too hurt. There are other positions available. We still have the architect or mason position, and we still also need more vigils, which are fire force.
Okay. Duly noted.
So no matter what, there are plenty of opportunities to go out and help people.
Yes.
But I'll let you know in the deep cloud sometime in the next 12 to 24 hours, and hopefully we can get you geared up and set up as a police force. All
All
right?
right. Yes. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Reagan, have a wonderful day, and take care. Be safe out there, okay?
Thank you. You too.